Hey everybody, welcome in and welcome back. Here's the wave. I'm doing a wave. This is one of those videos. So if you remember, way back when I started this channel, I launched this channel, I believe the second week of January, but I've been shooting content for it since last September. So this marks just about a month or a year that I've been shooting. My desk is an absolute mess right now, by the way, so don't mind that. But this marks about a year that I have been making content for this channel. They say you want to launch with 10 videos if you're looking to start a YouTube channel. I think I only launched with 8, with something like that. But one of the original things that I wanted to do with this channel was talk about goal setting. And a lot of my videos where I talk at the track, I've been going into my goal setting playlist. But I wanted to get back to that on this channel because I think that's something that always helps me when I see someone else's goals. I see someone else setting goals, things like that. But also, I think that sort of as a community, sharing tips with how you create goals and your system and things like that really help. And last year, I did a great big video. It was about an hour long on my yearly goals. But I did it in January, which isn't really when I set yearly goals. So I will be doing another one of those within about a month where I do my yearly goals around my birthday. So this is just going to be sharing my goals for the month of October. In future months, I might not burden you with my handwriting. I understand that it is not visibly appealing, but I'm going to share some of my goals and then just sort of how I set up my month and my list, things like that. So the first series of goals here, you will notice this light blue star next to. I color coordinate or color code my goals so that at the end of the month, whatever I do or do not have checked off, it is very easy to recognize what areas of life in which I have been slacking. So this color here, represents my writing life. So all of these goals, and I used to write the entire goal with the color, so the whole goal would be in that pin there, but it gets hard on the eyes. So I'm currently working on a novel. I want to get 5,000 words in that novel. I want to finish 2 short stories. I wrote 2 short stories. There is a difference here. I have in my notebooks probably 100 short stories that I've started and not finished. I miswrote that. I should have just wrote finish 2 short stories. I want to write a flash fiction. I want to write 4 poems, revise 1 short story, revise 1 poem, and write an essay. So how does this help me going forward? This is the month. So on a daily basis, I need to be doing about 300 words on the novel. On a weekly basis, I need to write a poem. About 4 weeks in a month, I need to write a poem. Every 2 weeks, I should have a short story finished. And the other things just sort of work in as I have the time. So this next color here, this light green, that's what I use for my fitness goals. So I want to run 30 miles. It's not quite an average of 1 a day as there are 31 days in October, but it's close. Since my birthday, I've averaged over a mile per day. So going towards my yearly goal of, I think I set it at 225, I'm on pace. But it means I need to run about 7 miles per week, average 1 mile per day. I want 10 workouts. I'm still easing back into the gym. The gyms were closed for so long that I went back to running and running outdoors, which is a very different ball game than running on a treadmill. It's a lot more fun to run outdoors, but it's also a lot harder. Now that 30 miles is going to be a mixture of outdoor miles and treadmill miles. The workouts are, so at my outdoor track that I go to, there are pull-up bars, dip bars. There's something where I can do it. There's a place where I can do a hanging row, if you know what that is. And there's a place where you can do sit-ups there. So that is what will constitute a workout when I'm working out outdoors, but also in the gym. The gyms are now back open. So I will go to the gym. I will get normally a 3 mile run in on the treadmill, and then I'll do 2 or 3 lifts. So trying to get back to that. One of the goals that I have for this year overall is, I believe, a 50 consecutive dip set. So I will be slowly working up to that. So 10 workouts, what does that mean per week? What are you looking at there? 2 or 3 trips to the gym a week is basically what you're looking at, or you fall behind. 20 consecutive dips. This is a one-time event. It's something I just want to hit at some point this month. Bench 275. I can bench press more than 275. But what I'm doing here is, I do not normally do that in my sets. So what I would be doing is, I would be doing my sets and then throwing 275 on and throwing up a rep. I want to deadlift 315. I've gotten out of deadlifts horribly. It's one of the hazards of not having a gym to work at, is that you lose your deadlift form really, really fast. Deadlifts are one of the greatest lifts you can do. Just don't hurt yourself. Looking here, I want to run 1 sub 9-minute mile. Most of the miles that I do are at a pretty, not a leisurely pace, but are between the 8.5 and 11-minute mark. So I want to just concentrate and make sure I get at least 1 mile that is sub 9 minutes. And I want to buy, there's this I think it's called amino fuel or something. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's an amino acid and caffeine drink. What it helps me do is cut out energy drinks, because I have a terrible dependency on or addiction to energy drinks. So when I cut those out, this stuff helps me get my caffeine and helps me supplement with drinking more water. At my weight, I am supposed to be drinking about 110 ounces of water a day. Doesn't really happen. So moving on, this blue color here, this is for my education goals, reading and education. So I set goals every year to learn words. I want to learn 3 words this month. I want to learn 3 words of Spanish this month, 3 words of German and French this month. I've also started mandating that I read Wikipedia articles. Now, Wikipedia is not the greatest source of information, but it's not the worst either. A lot of, as long as you're not looking at current events or historical events, a lot of those times you get kind of screwy on there because people play with their politics. But I want to read the Wikipedia article on arcologies. It is something that has interested me for a long time. So reading the Wikipedia on that, I've got a goal to read, I think 50 Wikipedia articles this month. And there's 3 books I need to finish. I need to finish Under the Volcano, Stardust, and Notes from Underground. I had hoped to start Notes from Underground this month, but I was not able to get around to it. Now, next we have, can you see those there? My financial goals. That's what the dark green is. I want to make my investment. I want to finish under budget on my food budget. I want to update my portfolio. I want to overpay all my student loans. And I want to, through research, identify one potential investment of a growth stock. Now, if anyone doesn't know what those things mean or has any questions on those things, I just kind of shot through those. I can go back and answer any questions if anyone has them. The next goals, this dark teal color here, this is for stripped cover lit. So I want to post 12 videos, which is about 3 a week, but I want to shoot 15 videos. Now, I know there's a great big faff about pre-recording videos on YouTube, and I don't understand it. There's no way to have consistent quality uploads without filming ahead, at least a little bit, when you're talking about something such as books. So this is how you end up. You overproduce by 3 videos. That gives you the first week of November. once you have the first week of November, I can easily say, I can easily put up a November TBR video. These are the videos that we're going to drop in November, because I have a whole week of buffer space in case something goes wrong. The following is a series of video ideas that I have that I need to work on slowly and surely as I'm getting in the other videos that I'm making, the series, the read-along series, and things like that. I want to put together a documentary called Why Bukowski. So if you watch over at Strip Cover Lit, this series on this channel is going to be a really good way to get a sneak preview of things that may or may not be coming to Strip Cover Lit in the coming months. I want to put together a short biography, or a short documentary, or video essay, I guess it would probably be, on why Bukowski, because I really like Charles Bukowski, but not everyone does. And then I am looking forward to putting together a video series on my 25 favorite novels, my 50 favorite short stories, and my 100 favorite poems. So these are, so here, post 12 videos a month in the month of October, and shoot 15. So that gives me a weekly mandate for how many videos thereabout I should be doing. But these here, 30 minutes on why Bukowski, 30 minutes on 25 novels, etc. These are just, hey, I'm sitting around and I've got nothing to do. Let me go back to my outline for that video. Let me see if I can find some art for that video. Let me go back to a script for that video. Then I want to get a writing video called The Magic of Said, which sounds stupid by the title, but I think it could really be useful for people who have never thought of dialogue in a certain way. And then here is 1, 2, 3, 4 different 30-minute blocks where I want to be working on a new series that I'm going to be doing on William Blake. And the series on William Blake, why don't I just read the poem and talk about it? There's a whole different shebang when you're talking about Blake. He had a lot of artwork with his poetry. He presented his poetry on plates, on which he had art and the writing. So that's one of the things I want to do is it's a different type of video format that I want to do for the William Blake series. It is going to be taking things a little bit more seriously. It's going to be a lot less on-camera time for me, but there will be the art and the plates to look at. And I want to figure out a formula for it, because William Blake was crazy. I think that's the best way to say it. William Blake was a crazy guy. So there's a lot going on in that poetry, and I want to be able to process, present, and explicate what's going on in that poetry. Prep one surely. So if you are over on Strip Cover Lit, I did a video, a bookshelf tour for my short stories, and there is a collection called Shirley Jackson, Let Me Tell You. I love Shirley Jackson, and I want to do a short story review for every short story in that book, but I don't want it to just be a short story review like I've got so many short story reviews on the channel. I want to have an extra little element in there, but I don't know what. There is another video essay I want to do called What is Lit? What is Literature? And I want to do a documentary called Who Was Hemingway? So eventually, these are all eventuals. So once I have these things sort of really outlined and worked up, because I want to change the way I'm doing videos. Look, I'll come out with this here. Every year I set dastardly type goals. I set audaciously radical type goals. And one of those goals every year is to revolutionize the way that books are talked about on YouTube. One of those goals every year is to revolutionize literature. Now, these are sort of ham-fisted, brouhaha level goals. They're sort of corny, but they inspire me. The goal itself inspires me. And these videos here, these series of videos, are really sort of what I'm talking about there. So next is this channel here that you're watching, my personal channel. I want to post 9 videos, which is a real step back from this month, I understand. But I need to reload the barrel. So I want to be able to shoot 12 videos, which means I will go into next month with 3 videos, or the first week, already set up. I want to shoot 2 episodes of Meditations, which is a read-along for the book by Marcus Aurelius. Well, it's not a book by Marcus Aurelius, it's just a journal, as I understand it, but they were published after his death. I want to do 2 episodes of Ask Adrian Anything. I want to go back. So, putting videos online is different than running a YouTube channel. Running a YouTube channel is separate from optimizing a YouTube channel. These are all different levels of doing this thing that you're watching right now. There's so much that goes into uploading a single video if you optimize it. I haven't really had time to do that here. So I want to go back and add end screens to 20 of my videos. That's an optimization tool. I want to do 2 more Cosmo quizzes because those are funny to me. I want to make 1 current event video. I want to do 1 story time. And then I want to spend 30 minutes working on an idea bank for this channel. Just different video ideas. I want to do more of these production type videos on this channel, but I don't have all of the ideas yet. Next is YouTube Dark. These are channels that I'm going black with. Nobody knows about them. Super secret. Not going to advertise them. But for those, I want to do 30 minutes of voice work twice. I want to get 3 separate 1-minute B-roll clips. I want to spend 30 minutes on a script and 30 more minutes on a script. And then finally is just tasking stuff that I have to do. Got to clean my kitchen, got to clean my bathroom, got to get an oil change. Last winter I had a couple of my sandbags in the back of my truck burst. So I got to get some of that sand out, which is just a pain in the ass. I don't have to get my inspection until December, but with the long lines at the DMV, I don't want to be waiting outside in December for 2 hours. So I'm going to try to get those done in October, which is to get an inspection and new tags, and I need to get a haircut. So that is my list of goals for this month. I hope that is seeing how someone else does their goals is fruitful maybe for you, and how you set, maybe there's something that I do here that helps you optimize your goal setting process. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments section about how you do your goals. This is just a system that I have stumbled into and sort of not perfected, but molded over the years that I've been doing this. And hey, maybe you've got something that you do on a monthly basis that will completely revolutionize this for me, and make things better for me. And I would love to hear that from you in the comments section.